guys.
Hi.
Did you enjoy playing here?
Yes. Yeah. It was great. Our first show in Brazil, and what a show it was. The audience was fantastic. The energy from the crowd was brilliant. And to be honest, we had no idea what to expect. And to have sort of ran out onto the stage and hear our Brazilian crowd sing pretty much, as far as I could gather, like every single word was brilliant.
One of you, I don't remember which one, were saying like this band is like being a strange kid in the playground, but now you're playing at big festivals and before you're opening for big bands. So does it feel like you are still a strange kid in a playground or something else now?
I think we're still the strange kid, but I mean, the reason why I said that, for a number of years, we always had this tremendous belief in ourselves and what we were doing, and of course the music, most of all. And it's taken us a long time to get where we are now. When you sort of stick by your guns like that, and when you try and remain true to a vision, it can prove to sort of like take a much longer time than let's say someone who is sounding and doing things which are more musically digestible, or what's happening in the top 40, for example. So yeah, things are definitely changing now though. We've seen a really big increase in our fan base and radio play and just attention overall in the last few years, so it's been great.
You say things are different now, and I guess the music that plays in the radio today is a lot more pop music than rock. And yet if you turn on a radio here in São Paulo, you will listen to the Struts, and now I think that's a big accomplishment. Was it hard to sell in the beginning, the kind of music that you play, or it just was smoothly?
Yeah, of course, it was very hard. I mean, in all honesty, the musical climate really hasn't changed that much since this band's been together and been writing, recording and playing shows. The absence of rock and guitar music in let's call it the mainstream public arena has definitely been very small. I think things are changing now. There's a lot of groups which are coming out which sing from the same hymn sheet as us, whether it's bands like Greta Van Fleet, for example, and then there's us. We're kind of like two different spectrums of a few eras that we're inspired by. Again, like you said, breaking into the mainstream was something that we've always wanted to accomplish. And it's great now that it's really starting to take traction.
And like Greta Van Fleet, you guys have been compared to great bands, great performance. Is that something that you care about, or you just well, I don't care?
I mean, I think it's a huge compliment. We don't shy away from people saying, "Hey, you guys remind me of Queen. There's a bit of the Rolling Stones with you. There's a bit of Bowie, Slade." It's all good. I think all the greats are like that. I mean, let's go back to God. I mean, when the Rolling Stones first came out, they wore their influences on their sleeves, and they wanted to be American black blues artists, really, essentially. And then more recent, let's say in the 90s, with what was happening in the United Kingdom with Oasis, they wanted to be the Beatles, and they didn't care. And but the biggest difference is, and what's most important, is that it's great to take things from the greats. I think it is important that we invent something new and exciting. We're very conscious that we don't want to regurgitate and sound exactly like Queen or AC/DC or the Stones. I'd like to think that the Struts is a fantastic melting pot of so many different things, and if you listen to either of our albums, you'll be like, oh, this one is a bit like Stones and this one is a bit like this one, and it's not going to sound just like one specific band or one specific genre of music.
Okay, I guess that was all. Thank you so much for your time. Okay.
Thank you.